Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is the War Room. Last episode we did Ace Combat Mission 12. This episode we'll be doing Mission 13. Let's get into it.
I was born downtown, in our capital. When I recall my homeland, my thoughts are filled with the sights and sounds of the city.
It's been a while since we've had a cutscene like this, I
home
think.
means something different to each and every one of us.
Accidentally skipped
Therefore,
them, I think,
I've decided to visit every place where our citizens call home. The Kingdom of Erusia is a land of diversity. Each region has its own unique and special culture.
Watching yourself on TV. No, that's a tiny cutscene. Short one. Bunker Buster. I'm not gonna have to use an A10 for this mission.
The destruction of one of their arsenal birds has significantly reduced the scale of Erusia's air defense network. Ocean forces have moved into the areas where we gained air superiority and freed over half of the Yusian continent.
Yay!
However, Erusia is feeling the pressure and is reacting by attempting to activate the ballistic missile base in the suburbs of Sierra Plata. For the past 72 hours, they've put the resources and people into action and have already entered the final stages of a launch.
This is an interesting one.
The missile silo is deep underground. To destroy it, we'll need a bomber to drop a huge deep penetration bomb in a precise place. Unfortunately, that airspace is thick with clouds at the moment, so it'll be difficult for a bomber to hit the target accurately.
Why didn't we do this earlier?
We'd wait for the weather to clear, but with the situation being what it is, we don't have that option. So, we will be the bomber's eyes and find the missile silo.
We could have done this
You'll
mission
all be
sooner.
equipped with targeting pods instead of special weapons. We need you to fly at low altitude, visually identify which silo they're activating, then acquire it with your targeting pod. Once you press the firing switch, the bombers will drop their payload based on the location data provided by the targeting pod. You will need to keep the silo in the center of your sight until the bomb hits its target, or else it will miss entirely.
Which feels stupid because
It
this
takes
is not
a
a
high
guided
level
bomb,
of
I would
airmanship
assume.
to properly guide these bombs to their targets while flying in place. Naturally, we assume the enemy has positioned anti-air artillery and aircraft in the area of operations, so stay alert. Additionally, we suffered human and material losses in the last battle. The Cyclops Squadron will sit this one out. Trigger, it's up to you to make this work with just Strider Squadron.
I'm already the leader, Strider Squadron. I think that's kind of funny. Well, this mission doesn't really make sense in like a real life aspect that much because, I mean, if these are nuclear missiles, this would have been like one of the first targets to be destroyed in an actual military situation. Either that or, you know, these guys would have already fired the missiles by now. So, there's two ways that I see this mission happening in real life. One, this like in both scenarios, this mission doesn't happen. But one, the Ozians, or I think it's the Oceans or the Usians, whoever our enemy is, I don't even know because they're so similar. The names are so similar. But the enemies, these people in red here, they would either launch, they would immediately go for the missiles and like immediately launch them, I would assume. I mean, they did the whole thing where like they sent drones to like all of the military bases on our side and destroyed all that. Well, I feel like they would do the same thing with those nukes that we're trying to destroy here. Then the second way this would go is that they don't do that, and then our guys come in really quickly to destroy those, because destroying a nuclear weapon is a good defensive move, because you don't want those being used against you. Destroying the enemy's capabilities to cause damage to you is always a good mission. So this mission would never happen this late in a war, I feel like. But for video game purposes, I guess it works. So I've got all these different targets all over the place. Go to the aircraft tree and buy some of those sweet, expensive multiplayer upgrades. so what do we got? What do we got to work with here? We've got greatly increases machine gun and machine gun pod concentration, standard missile flight distance, standard missile lock-on range, acceleration, pitch maneuverability, special missile homing capabilities. I'll take that. And we only have 85,000 now, so we can't buy anything else. So that's it. One thing. Special weapons specific to this mission will be used. The special weapons you normally use cannot be selected. So, since the special weapons does not matter on this mission, we can just pick any aircraft, basically. Like, you could do this mission with an A-10. You could do any aircraft you wanted. So, what should I go with? I'm thinking about going with the Strike Wyvern just because, you know, it's the best. But, I mean, I'm open to suggestions. I mean, what do y'all think I should use, huh? I should probably use something I've never used, right? Like, I always use, like, the F-22 for example. I'm always using the F-22, so we're just gonna automatically scratch that one off the list. We can't use that one for this mission. But out of all the other aircraft I have in this game, what do you, dear viewer, think that I should use for this mission, since these strike weapons, the special weapons, don't matter? Put it in chat. What vehicle should I use? I'll go down the list for you. We got the F-104 Starfighter, the A-10 Thunderbolt II, unofficially known as the Warthog, the F-2, unofficially known as the Viper, or here it says its unofficial nickname is Viper Zero, the F-14 Super Tomcat, the F-15 Eagle, the F-15J, another Eagle, the F-15E Strike Eagle. This one looks like he's ready for Desert Storm. The F-16 Fighting Falcons with the Thunderbolts camouflage, or the Thunderbirds camouflage. The F-18 Super Hornet. Not going to use the Raptor, like I said, we're scratching that one off the list. F-35 Lightning II. I'm considering route striking this one off the list too, because I do use this one a lot. YF-23 Black Widow 2. The Mirage 2000-5. The Raphael M, all plated in gold. The Typhoon. The Gripen. The MiG-21 Fishbed. The MiG-29 Fulcrum. The MiG-31 Foxhound. The Su-30. The Su-30 SM. The Su-33 Flanker. The Su-34 Fullback. The Su-35 Flanker. The Su-37 Terminator. The Su-47 Burkett. The Su-57 and the XO-2S Strike Wiper. So, dear viewer, out of those aircraft, which one should I use for this mission? So this looks like this looks like where they took the cockpit for the XO2S from. Like, this looks like where they took, I should say, like the cockpit area, like the whole front part of this airplane. Looks like that's what they did with the Strike Wyvern. Okay, so yeah, Russian cockpit for the XO2S for sure. Yeah, the XO2S I feel like has a lot of Russian influence on it. But yeah, like I said, I want to use a vehicle I haven't used in a while, so I'm gonna let you viewer pick what I use here. Because I honestly don't care. I can use any vehicle for this mission because the strike package doesn't really matter. This is like a mission-specific strike package that they automatically give us, so we don't get to pick our strike package. So any aircraft at all, I don't care. Except for the F-22. Like I said, I'm trying to avoid using ones that I use all the time. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the Raphael if you don't pick. If that's alright with you. I mean, I love that gold. That gold. If the viewer doesn't pick here, I think I might go with the Raphael. Or maybe I'll use this one, because you know, got like the Thunderbirds and everything. Maybe I'll go with that. Gone through all these aircraft, still haven't seen a response from viewers, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with that golden plated Raphael, since nothing else matters.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
The Bling Wing, I'm calling it. That's it. That's the name for this aircraft, the Bling Wing. It shall forever be known as the Bling Wing. Hee.
Erusia only has 5 IRBM silos in total. Therefore, the enemy's made a number of fake silos to try and throw our bombers off the scent.
Did you say fake?
They're painted to look like the real thing from the sky. You can't tell the difference.
It's the wing of that LRSSG that brought down that Arsenal bird. We've got the bombs. You do the terminal guidance.
In order to use the targeting pods, you'll need to change weapons first. Try to align the missile silo with a circle in the center of your HUD. When you're lined up, hit the firing switch and the bomb will drop. You're gonna need to keep the silo aligned until the bomb hits. The enemy set up anti-air weapons in multiple locations.
We need to work together to take them down.
Keep the targeting pod trained on that silo until the payload is delivered.
Bunker Buster hit its mark. Time for fireworks.
Missile away. Destruction of first missile silo confirmed.
The IRBM is aimed at the Ocean garrison. Soldiers ride for its sake. We have no time.
They completely lost it. You can bet on it.
Let's end this madness.
Dropping another bunker buster will take some time. Aim carefully.
Normal missile won't even put a dent in these silos.
Strider 1, target acquired.
We'll come around for a second.
Shaking off enemy lock.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Missile in the air. Wait, south.
Bunker buster away.
The bomb was off its mark. The target is still standing. Enemy has a lock on you.
Imagine getting killed by the bling weed.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Yeah, look at the aim at the ground.
Strider 1, we have coordinates. Firing the bunker buster.
Targeting pod failed to guide the bomb to the target.
I'm sorry, but I heard that y'all are the ones who can't drop a bomb accurately. Complain to yourselves.
This is a serious mission. Was it Wiseman who gave Strider 2 to count? A formation changes every mission. I'm sure he has a reason for it. I'll believe that when I see it. I'm just glad he won't be there to chew my ear off.
Our bunker buster doesn't matter how much.
You know, something tells me this isn't even a real one, so I'm probably wasting my time here. Oh, hello. It's the ground. I've come to claim your soul, apparently. It is really hard to get this solo. Well, I feel like it's not a real one. Because usually when it is the real one, the game's like, oh yeah, sure, you can just have this skill. But this one didn't do that. That makes me a little suspect. Their intentions.
Trigger, the bomb has been dropped.
Fake. I was right.
Keep bringing him down.
Safety T's about to get the lowest flyover of his little life.
Shoot down those things up there.
Enemy has a lock. Evade.
Trigger, the bomb has been dropped.
Look, there's fire shooting up from the ground.
Whee!
Missile silo destroyed. That makes 2. No launch signs yet. Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in. They don't appear to be going after our bomber. Take them out if they interfere with our mission.
If they interfere. You mean when?
Bunker buster away. Alright, now let's take out those
That was a
remaining
fake
silos.
one. Oh no, it wasn't.
Missile in the air.
Missile silo destroyed.
Where do we look next? The sky feels open and free today. As a Cyclops, I feel like a bird in a cage. Once this mission's over, I guess we'll be back on the company commander's thumb again.
Oh no, bad.
5 minutes remaining.
This one's probably taking a little bit.
Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now.
The targeting pod failed to guide the bomb to the target. Enemy has a lock on you.
Hostile has arrived.
Man acquired. Initiating attack. Command 2, I'm still in the air.
We did it. That takes care of that. Nice work.
Bunker buster away.
Where's the explosion? Looks like this wasn't one of the real silos.
Don't get too cocky.
Come on.
Take out the fighters if they get in the way.
Yep, there we go.
Target
Bye.
one. Missile launched. Target is hit.
I got my missile.
Bunker buster away.
Where's the explosion? Looks like this wasn't one of the real silos.
Hey, don't touch the bling wing. This thing costs more than you.
I'm like a bomb that's been let off its dish. These guys won't know what hit them. I thought you were a bird from its cage. Attack missed.
Buy some time. Get some reinforcements here now.
Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now.
Hit, but it was off the mark. Let's give him another.
The warhead should be exposed. Stay not friendly with the fight. Take your pick.
I hear a building.
Arusia only has 5 IRBM silos in total. Therefore, the enemy's made a number of fake silos to try and throw our bombers off the scent.
Did you say fake?
They're painted to look like the real thing from the sky. Can't tell the difference.
It's the wing of that LRSSG that brought down that Arsenal bird. We've got the bombs. You do the terminal guidance.
In order to use the targeting pods, you'll need to change weapons first. Try to align the missile silo with a circle in the center of your HUD. When you're lined up, hit the firing switch and the bomb will drop. You're gonna need to keep the silo aligned until the bomb hits. The enemy set up anti-air weapons in multiple locations.
We need to work together to take them down.
Keep the targeting pod trained on that silo until the payload is delivered.
Bunker buster hit its mark. Time for fireworks.
Destruction of first missile silo confirmed.
The IRBM is aimed at the Osteen garrison. Troops' lives are at stake. We have no time.
They completely lost it. You can bet on it.
Let's end this madness.
Dropping another bunker buster will take some time. Aim carefully.
That was a mistake. No structures visible.
Shoot down those things up there.
I think that bomb would be accurate.
Hostile has arrived.
Space. Hello, Planet Game. Welcome to the live stream.
Trigger, the bomb has been dropped. The bomb was off its mark. The target is still standing.
Turbulence here.
Trying to run the next coordinate. Firing the bunker buster.
The targeting pod failed to guide the bomb to the target.
I keep messing it up at the last second.
Trigger, enemy has a lock on you.
Bunker buster away.
Target
Off the mark. Let's give him another.
Got it.
The warhead should be exposed. Standard weaponry will suffice. Take your pick.
This is a serious mission. Was it Wiseman who gave Strider 2 account? The formation changes every mission. I'm sure he has a reason for it. I'll believe that when I see it. I'm just glad he won't be there to chew my ear off.
Missile silo destroyed. That makes 2. No launch signs yet.
Cobra. That's
Picking up an enemy squadron. It must be the reinforcements they called in. They don't appear to be going after our bomber. Take them out if they interfere with our mission.
Cobra. Get off me.
This is nothing compared to what we faced in the last mission.
Off of me.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Can't do my job if you guys are gonna keep launching missiles at me. Get away.
Hostile lock on you, Strider 1.
Strider 1, we have coordinates. Firing the bunker buster.
This game looks too realistic.
Must have been a decoy. No fireworks.
Yeah, it really does. It is very realistic, I will say. Sometimes.
Enemy's got a lock.
Sometimes it's not. You have to play the game to understand that, though. I feel like. Because there's some things that you can pull off in this game that you should not be able to pull off in real life.
Must have been a decoy. No fire or explosions on the ground.
Target destroyed.
These guys know how to dogfight.
Strider 1, enemy behind you.
Target confirmed. Dropping the bomb now. Alright, now let's take out those remaining silos.
Missile silo destroyed.
Where do we look next?
Oh,
The sky feels a little free today. It's a Cyclops.
nope,
I feel like I'm
nope.
in a cage.
lots of notes. And there are aircraft flying all around me.
Back up the company commanders in the
They are really trying to kill me.
What a pain in the ass.
Strider 1, we have the coordinates. Firing the bunker buster.
Right on the money.
Hit. Target destroyed.
There are the hardest we are to find. Good luck.
There's only 1 silo remaining.
I'm like a wolf that's been let off its leash. These guys won't know what hit him. I thought you were a bird from its cage.
Ouch. My wing. I clipped it on the ground. I should probably be dead, but I'm not.
Grab 7, the enemy has a lock on me.
Thank you. Thank you, oh Lord of the sky, for not killing me.
All that's left of the IRB head.
Alright, well we can just hit that with normal ordnance. Let's do it.
I'm on his back.
Missile away.
Bye-bye. Mission.
All missile silos have been destroyed.
Wait, what the hell is that?
Now we can't launch missiles at it. The Bling Wing survives.
Alert!
Oh no.
We detected an IRBM launch. Confirmed signature on our radar. Launch site is this dam.
This damn.
Not from the silos?
They certainly hit it well. We still have a chance. Shoot it down before it reaches critical altitude.
What would critical altitude entail exactly?
Fox 2.
I'm just trying to get them off.
Missile closing! Break! Break!
Yeah, I can see that there's a missile
Enemy has a
closing.
lock! Evade!
Confirmed
sorry.
signature on our radar.
But how are you alive, my good sir?
Warning. Confirm another launch. Take it out.
Okay,
The target will soon reach critical altitude.
not that one.
Enemy on your rear.
Fox 2! I'm behind my target.
I overshot. Hit the brakes, he'll fly right on by. Right. Good. Target.
New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed. Additional launch confirmed.
Incoming!
Bandit acquired. Firing.
The target will soon reach critical altitude.
No, it will not.
Breaking.
Strider's ready. Fox 2.
They got a beat on you.
Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
I see.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Come on, keep running. Haha, out of range. I kind of wish this thing would go a little bit faster. I am going as fast as I can right now. Come on, fire.
The target will soon reach critical altitude.
And that's mission
All
complete.
the missiles have been destroyed.
The Bling Wing survives once again.
I was cutting it pretty close. I was starting to get a little nervous.
You're telling me you had us sweating up here, and there wasn't even anything we could do about it. Glad we were partnered with you on this operation.
That went about as expected. Be sure to include in the report how much ass I kicked while off the company commander's leash. Roger that, and I'll be sure to include all the crap you said about Wiseman, too.
Someone's gonna get in trouble. And as usual, we'll just skip that. Alrighty. We destroyed some nukes. Alright, let's see what the next little cutscene thing is. Another mission report, as usual.
We have successfully prevented an enemy ballistic missile attack. Strider Squadron, you did very well without your unit commander. We are now preparing for the final stage of our long-range operation, seizing the capital.
Ooh, yay. Just skip that. We got... Alright, yay. Okay. Well, that's it for this mission. I'll be back with another video in about 5 seconds. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know I did. And I'll see you next time. This is the